Hello, hello, hello everybody, and welcome back to another stream today. Let me turn this down a little bit. Hello, hello, hello. It's so good to see you all. Come on in, get comfortable, relax. It's Visual Novel Friday, everybody. We're going to be playing the second game in the Narcissu series. If you're looking for the first parts of this game, you can find them on the VODs channel. Let me just introduce myself first. That'll make things easier. Hi, my name is Princess Evillan. If you don't know who I am, I'm a streamer here on Twitch. And I post almost everything I do here on the channel. It all ends up on the VODs channel, youtube.com/@princessevillanvods. Evillan is how you spell Evelyn, in case you didn't know. But yeah, the first part of the first Narcissu is going up on the VODs channel tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that if you're looking for the first parts of this game and you're interested in the first story that we played through. I think there'll be some references to it in the second game, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, there's other videos on the VODs channel if you're interested in other games that I've played. If you want to check out other visual novels that we've played in the past, we've played quite a few. They're all very interesting, I feel. They're a little off the beaten path. I think they're a lot of fun. So go ahead and check out those videos on the VODs channel if you're interested. And if you're watching this on the VODs channel in the future, hi, come join us on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/princessevillan. Evillan is how you spell Evelyn again, in case you didn't know. But yeah, I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday being our dedicated visual novel Friday. I play a visual novel for a couple weeks and try it out. And then if there's extra parts or there's other routes, I challenge you guys to go and get the game yourself and get those other routes. But yeah, we're playing the second part to the 10th anniversary of Narcissu. I don't know if we'll do the other stories. There are a few more side stories that happen that you can get out of the 10th anniversary edition. I think we're just going to play through 2, and then we're going to call it for Narcissu because I want to move on to something a little more upbeat. But Narcissu is a very, how to put it? It's a very heavy game. It's very sad. It's very solemn. They talk about very serious things. We consider some serious situations here. I think all of the game is about terminal illness and coming to terms with it. So if you're not interested in watching something more serious, you're not interested in watching something that talks about some serious topics, a more mature visual novel, I would say. I wouldn't watch this stream if I were you. But I think there's a lot that we can talk about in these games, and I think it's important to play games that are older. Narcissu is from like 2015, I think, 2016. I think it's interesting to talk about certain things on my channel, and I want to make sure that we're being open to all kinds of information. So this is an 18+ channel. If you are a child, get out of here. We don't need you. So come enjoy some mature vibes with us today. But anyways, I think I've talked long enough and I've introduced myself pretty well, I think. So let's continue on. Turn this back up. Let's continue on to Narcissu. We have the prologue for part 2 called Satsumi, who, if you remember, I think she was the character from the last game, the part 1. In front of the outpatient reception desk on the first floor. Attached to the floor, many colors of plastic tape. Red, blue, green, they led the way to various departments. Out of those, I followed the white tape. Walking about 30 meters on the right, the shop comes into sight. Across from that was the smoking room. On the left is the waiting room for surgical examination, and if you come to the end, there's a small elevator. I get on that. I press the button for the highest floor. Ding. The 7th floor. Before my eyes was the nurses' station. Altogether, a number of nurses looked this way. But once they recognized me, their eyes turned back, as if they saw nothing. They returned to their work. High ceilings, windows that only opened 15 centimeters. This was a white, well-lit, sterile place. And I head towards the lounge at the end of the hall on the left. I think we're coming from the perspective of Setsumi. A large television, a long couch. Decorating the windowsills were a number of flowers. Fitting the summer, the many sunflowers in vases and gerberia daisies and flower pots were blooming colorfully. Those are all familiar things. How many years has it been since I've come here? What's different from then were my clothes, changing from sailing uniforms to pajamas. Besides that, the bracelet on my hand, from blue to white, was just about the only other change. You. Turning back towards the voice that called, it was a middle-aged lady. Her pajamas and bracelet colors say she was a resident of this place. Are you visiting someone, or a patient from another floor? That's not it. While shaking my head, I show my own bracelet. Ah, I see. The lady replied uncomfortably. I felt the nuance behind those words. And so young, what a shame. Of course, I've had similar experiences, so often it was tiring. I haven't lived almost 10 years like this for nothing. Oh my gosh, she's only 10? It was just, I never thought to have a fellow resident of the 7th floor also turn eyes of pity towards me. By the way, which time are you on? What's this? For here, coming to the 7th floor. For an instant, I had no idea what she was asking. But before I could ask a new question, it looks like this is your first. With that, she just up and acted like she understood the situation. Well, then I'll teach you too, so listen carefully, okay? First, in this place called the 7th floor. Even though I hadn't replied, the lady just continued speaking. There is no 4th time. The 3rd time you're admitted is the last, so prepare yourself. When you want to run away, head not to Station A, but to Station B. Don't eat anything. It places the least burden upon your family. You don't eat anything? Oh. So it just passed away naturally like that. She spoke about such things, and I was made to hear other things that would give one pause. Most likely it was something only the residents of the 7th floor, only those who were heading towards death, continued passing on. So you understand? Once the lady went through her whole explanation, somehow I thought her complexion looked better. Whew, to tell someone young like you, it's upsetting. But this is also a rule, so don't be angry, okay? With that, the lady left the lounge. Her parting words were, you tell new people too, okay? And that's how Setsumi learned the rules. Burning sunlight and the sound of cicadas. A summer sky seen from windows that can't open more than 15 centimeters. Today also looks like it would be a hot day. Many years since I've come to the 7th floor, the first that I've come as a resident of this place. And the rules I had been taught. In practice, they were probably passed down only among those who resided here. But a number of them I had already known. Maybe it was since that day, the fact that I would face a day like today. I might have had a premonition of it. Ooh. Oh, 2007, even earlier than I thought. The rolling sound of bells. Since before I can remember, I existed with that sound. One-chan! What's going on, Chihiro? Getting out of breath like that. Well, look, if we don't hurry. Wait, you're just like that again. Something wrong? Oh, you're all greasy and black. Oh, that's a little rude. What's wrong with that? They're work overalls. Of course they'd be dirty. I just washed those yesterday. Yeah, sorry about that. My little sister gave the usual grease stains a sulking look as she complained. It was the scene of a casual everyday exchange before the door on a Sunday.
それよりもミサ、急がないと遅れちゃうよ。
Oh, never mind that. Mass! If we don't hurry, we'll be late.
あら。
Oh, it's that time already.
ささ、早く着替えて教会行きましょうね。
Come, hurry and change, and let's go to the church, okay?
やっぱりパス。
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
また？
Again?
ダメだよ。お姉ちゃんって普段から行ってないんだから。
That's no good, One-chan. You already haven't been going regularly.
せめて日曜日だけは行かないと。
At least you should go on Sundays.
バカね、千尋。
Silly Chihiro.
せっかくの日曜日だからこそサボるのよ。
It's exactly because it's a precious Sunday that you skip out.
またそんなへりくついて。
Again with that weak argument.
まあまあ。神様だって多めに見てくれるわよ。
Now, even God would
こんな
overlook
天気のいい日は
it.
さ。
On a day with such beautiful weather.
天気関係ないわよ。
The weather's got nothing to do with it.
それにどうせ今日も車いじりしてるだけのくせに。
In either way, you're just going to toy with your car today.
それじゃお母さんたちにもよろしくね。
So, give my regards to Mom and the others.
あ、こら、お姉ちゃんたら。
Hey, One-chan. Himeko too, best friend. Still part of the prologue. In the garage next to the house, I strongly raised the shutters.
さて、今日も始めましょうか。
Alright, shall we get started today? Perhaps because it was closed off, the garage was stiflingly hot. Immediately, I turned towards my beloved car under maintenance, purchased just a month earlier. One might call it a restoration, but really it was work to simply get it to run properly. First, instead of calling the chassis retro, the word scrap would fit better. Such was the age and condition of the car. However, thanks to that, I've lately been spending the weekends inside this garage. Knock knock.
姫子、いる？
Himeko, you around?
こっちこっち。
Ah, over here.
どうしたの？こんな場所まで。
What's up, coming all the way here?
近くまで来たからついでに寄ったんだけどさ。
I can't identify the voices either way. Which is weird, because in the past, when we had Setsumi talking with us, they would clearly tell us which lines were Setsumi's lines. So I wonder why they changed that? Maybe it's just for the prologue? Yeah, well, I happened to come nearby, so I stopped over along the way.
何あなた、真っ黒じゃないの。
Hey, what's with you? You're all black.
ああ、昨日からオイルパンの交換やってたから。
Huh? Because since yesterday I was changing the oil pan. Oil
オイル
pan?
パン？
Yeah, that was
これ
another
が
big
また
struggle.
大変だったのよ。っていうか、素人でここまでできる人は少ないわね。
But then, there aren't that many amateurs who can get this far. Ahem.
いや、パンだかご飯だか知らないけどさ。
I don't care about pans, pots, or whatever.
ほら見て、この自作ハンガーなんて大したもんでしょ。
Look here, this homemade hoist. Isn't it great?
でもやっぱウィンチがないから苦労したわ。
But figures that without a winch, it's really hard.
あのさ、姫子、
You know, Himeko,
車好きもいいけどさ、
it's fine to love cars and all.
年頃の娘が真っ黒になってガレージに入り浸ってるってどうよ。
But for a young girl to get all black and being a regular in the garage, what do you think about that?
あ、もしかして変？
You think it's strange?
もしかしなくても変。
I don't have to think. It's strange.
まあいいじゃない。
Well, that's fine, isn't it? I'm confused at who we are and what's going on. Is Himeko the best friend? Are we Setsumi? We haven't had any like identifiers as to who we're talking to and who's talking. So I'm a little confused.
私はね、ゆかみたいなひらひらの服より
え
こっちの方が好きなのよ。
Who's Yuka? You know, for me, instead of full clothes like yours, Yuka, I like what I have here.
はい
Okay.
はい。あんたは昔っからそうよね。
Yeah, you've been like this for ages. That's true. Okay, so Himeko is the one that's working on the car. And this other girl showed up. And she looks all nice and pretty. And she's like, why are you in the garage and getting all dirty and blah, blah. Okay, I think I'm putting this together. She replied in a weary voice. Her name was Yuka. Oh, thank God. She lived nearby, and since long ago, we often spent time together. However, our interests and personalities were polar opposites. And yet, we got along for some reason. It might have been exactly because of our interests and personalities were different that we got along.
もし親友と呼ばれる存在があるなら
If there were someone that could be called a best friend,
私にとっては彼女が
for me, she would have been it.
でもさ、姫子も物好きよね。
But still, Himeko, you're quite the eccentric, aren't you?
せっかくの初任給をこんなボロ車に使うなんてさ。
Using your first paycheck on such a beat-up car?
ほら、ボロ車じゃなくてユーノスって言ってよ。
Hey, it's not a beat-up car. Call it Yunos.
それにこの方って古くても結構人気あるのよ。
And even though it's old, this model's quite popular, you know?
へえ、そうなの？
Oh, really now?
おかげで今から冬のボーナスまでローン地獄よ。
Ugh. Because of this, all the way until winter bonus time, it's lone hell. Sniffle, sniffle.
まあまあ、それよりも早く直してドライブでも連れてってよ。
Now, how about you hurry up and fix it and take me for a drive?
おそらく来週には走れると思うわ。
Yeah, I think by next week it'd run.
はい、決まり。じゃあ、早速来週でも。
Great, it's decided then, even next week.
ってそうだ、あなた日曜日は無理だったわね。
Wait, Sundays don't work for you, right?
ああ、別にいいわよ。
There's no real problem.
でも教会あるでしょ。
But don't you have church?
大丈夫よ。もう最近は全然行ってないし。
It's fine, I haven't been going lately anyways.
所詮私はエセカトリックよ。
From the beginning, I was a fake Catholic anyways. Oh, okay.
こらこら、そんなこと言っていいの？
Hey, is it okay to say that?
ええ、偶然家が教会の隣だったってだけです。
Yeah, it was just a coincidence that my house was next to a church after all. It is... Okay, Himeko, little sister. Does Himeko have a little sister? Is that what we're learning? I'm home. Okay, this is Himeko. Click slam.
おかえり。遅かったわね、千尋。
Welcome home. You've been out quite late, Chihiro. Oh, okay, no, that was Chihiro coming home. Chihiro is the little sister from the first part, so that wasn't Setsuna? Maybe that was Himeko? I'm a little confused at the first part.
元気ないみたいだけど。
Huh? You seem a bit down.
もしかして7階帰り？
Did you come back from the 7th floor?
担当の人が3回目だから。
Yes, it was the 3rd time for someone I was in charge of.
そっか。じゃあいろいろと大変だね。
I see. Then it must have been hard in many ways. The 7th floor, that is, the hospital's hospice. Hospice, generally known as the palliative care ward. Essentially not a normal ward, but one for patients on their final treatment options, and a ward with mental care as a primary focus. For us as Catholics, volunteering as helpers has been very natural. Okay, so she doesn't work at the hospital, she volunteers at the hospital. And it was the 3rd time somebody had gone in, so that's usually the end of their life when they go in for the 3rd time at the hospital. Interesting. The knowledge that we know from the first game helps out a lot in understanding so far what is happening. Okay. I think I'm pulling this together. Every day after college, my sister would head straight to the hospital. In her, I could see myself up to a few years ago.
はい。コーヒー入れてあげたわよ。
Here, I made you some coffee. Oh,
あ
thank
りが
God.
と
Thank you. I love coffee.
う。ね お姉ちゃんはもうしないの？
It's one of those human things that I love the most. Coffee. It's so good. I drink way too much of it, I think. So, Oni-chan, you're not going to do it anymore?
しないのって？
You need me to help her?
今はどの病院も人手が足らなくて大変なんだよ。
Right now, hospitals everywhere are short-handed, and it's been difficult for
そう。
them. I see.
でも私はもういいわ。
But I'm done with it.
あなたと違って私は大学の単位が欲しくて行ってただけだし。
Unlike you, I only went because I wanted university credits.
もうまたそんなこと言って。
Oh, saying that again.
別に嘘じゃないわよ。
It's not like it's a lie.
それよりさ、私は千尋の方が心配よ。
Anyways, I'm more worried about you, Chihiro.
私が？
Me?
ええ。あなたみたいな子に勤まる場所じゃないってこと。
Yes, about how it's not a place that's suitable for someone like you. My sister fell silent at those words, but those were also my honest feelings. In a way, I knew from my own experiences about how useless superficial resolve was. At the least, for a kind, good girl like Chihiro, I knew that it would be painful to be a hospice helper. Yeah, it's probably you have to be a certain kind of person who deals with death on the daily and is okay with that and the grief and loss that surrounds it. It takes a certain kind of person to care for hospice people, I think. Especially when the hospice patient is very young. Like, there's a lot of emotions that rise up in that. So I can see why, like, Himeko doesn't want to do it anymore. That makes sense. And it makes sense that she's concerned about Chihiro wearing her heart on her sleeve, I guess, and, like, not reacting well to being a hospice helper. Yeah, I think... Because in the beginning, when we were going to church, Chihiro wanted us to change and go to church, and we skipped. Which means Chihiro goes to church. She's a good girl. She's kind. She seems very sweet. I would wonder how well she would be able to handle being a hospice helper. Especially with young people like Setsuna in it.
で、どうなの？今の様子は。
So, how was it? What's it like now?
初めての7階だからまだ慣れてなくて。
Looks like she's gonna do it anyways, though. Ah, yes, it's my first time on the 7th floor, so I'm still not used to it.
それに今の担当の人って3回目だから。
And also, the person I'm in charge of is on their 3rd time after all.
もう長くないみたい。
It doesn't seem far off.
そうね。どんなに入退院を繰り返したとしても。
Indeed, no matter how many times they're discharged and then return, there shouldn't be a 4th time. That wasn't something that the hospital publicly said. However, even without saying, if you were involved with the place, you'd learn it whether you liked it or not.
ねえ、お姉ちゃん。
Hey,
神様は一体何をやっているんだろう。
God, what exactly is he doing, I wonder? Don't bring God into my video games. I'm not here for Catholicism. I'm interested, but I'm not here for Catholicism.
さあ、忙しいんでしょうね。
Who knows? He's probably busy. Himeko 4, Roadster. This is still the prologue. We're still in the prologue. So I'm going to assume that Himeko ends up going into the 7th ward, or the 7th floor, as a patient, maybe? I don't know. Maybe she'll be in charge of, well, because she's not working there anymore, so maybe Chihiro will be our main character and Himeko will be a side character. I don't know. We'll have to see. Only one way to find out. A few days later, with the main repairs on the Unos finished, we went out for a drive.
さすがにいい走りするわ。
It really does run great.
ちょっと姫子、そんなにスピード出さないでよ。
Hey, Himeko, don't go so fast.
全然安全運転じゃない。
This is totally safe driving.
あなたはそうかもしれないけど、 ペーパーな私にはドキドキもんなのよ、その運転は。
That may be true for you, but for drivers just on paper like me, this driving makes my heart jump.
ロードスター最高。
Ah, roadsters are the best.
で、聞きなさいよ、人の話を。
Hey, listen to people when they're talking.
それとさ、何よこの車。
And hey, what's with this car?
うん
What's wrong?
なんで屋根がないのよ。
Why isn't there a roof?
いや、だってそういうもんなんだもん。
Well, that's how it is.
じゃないわよ。風で髪がくしゃくしゃになっちゃったでしょ。
No, not how it is. The wind messes up your hair, doesn't it?
おバカさんね。オープンの醍醐味がわからないなんて。
Ha, silly girl. To not understand the joys of an open top.
そんな醍醐味、年頃の女の子に不要よ。
Such joys a young girl does not need.
せっかく1時間もかけておしゃれにセットしたのに。
Well, and I spent an hour making it up too. The sun was still high, and the Yunos ran under the refreshing cool of a sky before this rainy season. Soon after leaving the long mountain road, a deep blue sea spread wide. The sea route continued endlessly. From nearby came the crashing of waves and seagull calls. Even the phoenix palms planted by the beach houses, each and every one was tall. It felt like visiting southern lands.
じゃあちょっと休憩しようか。
So, why don't we take a little break? Sure.
はい、缶コーヒー。
Here, canned coffee. Oh, goodness.
ありがとう。
They're really pumping us with coffee, aren't they? Canned coffee's good too, though. I like canned coffee. I like some canned coffee. I'm very picky about it. What's that brand that I really like? I don't know, but they make this really good Kona coffee. UCC, that's what it's called. The UCC coffee. They're very tasty. As if she'd just gotten out of the bath, Yuka had her hand on her hip and gulped down the entire coffee in one go. Damn, Yuka, you get it. She was always decked out in frills, but what shows through occasionally was Yuka's true personality. And then, while holding our cans of coffee, we walked out to the beach before us.
ここは綺麗なところだね。
This is a beautiful place, isn't it?
潮風も気持ちいいし。
Yeah, the salt air feels good. There's no one around.
姫子、よく知ってたわね、こんな場所。
Himeko, it's amazing that you knew of this place.
まあ。
Yeah.
どこか知らないけど。
Though I have no clue where this is.
はい？
Come again?
いや、言葉の通りなんだけど。
No, exactly as the words mean. I think she didn't know about this location and she just ended up driving by and stopped, which is very, kind of goes along in line with what we're getting from Himeko. She's kind of like a do-it-yourselfer, kind of confident person who just takes life as it comes. I love the music in the background. Like, are you guys hearing this? It's so good. This is beautiful. Hold on.
実はその
Oh.
適当に走ってたら偶然たどり着いただけだったりして。
Let's say I was driving around wherever it felt right and we came here by chance.
それって
That,
もしかしてさ、
do you mean
今まで気の向くままに走ってただけってこと？
all this time you've been driving just whatever whim took you?
そんな感じかな。
Well, something like that.
信じらんない。
I don't believe this.
いつかちゃんと家まで帰れるかも心配だけど、こんなドライブに一日付き合わされた私も信じらんない。
Oh my goodness. And I'm worried about whether we'll be able to get back. But the fact that I went along with this driving for a whole day, I don't believe myself.
まあまあ、なんとかなるから。
Are you guys lost? Now, we'll manage, probably. We then spread out some newspaper on the beach and started to eat the lunch we bought at a convenience store along the way. To be honest, bringing our own lunches would have fit the ideal better, but both of our best dishes, hard-boiled eggs, couldn't be called extravagant. At the least, we should have brought a sheet.
でもさ、姫子。
But you know, Himeko.
何？
What is it?
ナビがないなら せめて地図くらい持ちなさいよね。
If you don't have a navigation system, at least get yourself a map.
でもな、この気ままな感じも好きなのよね。
But you know, I like this carefree feel too.
じゃあせめてその格好はやめなさいよ。
Well, then at least stop with that look.
なんでよ。私作業服好きなのに。
Why? I like work overalls.
ダメ。隣の私もなんか恥ずかしいから。
No, because sitting next to you makes me feel embarrassed. Well, that's a you problem, little miss.
機能的なのにな。
But it's functional, you know?
機能よりは美しさを優先してよ。
Instead of function, put form first. While we chatted, the two of us continued to eat our lunches. Pines swaying in the salt breeze and the large phoenix palms stood tall. Occasionally, seagulls came near. That was such an utterly perfect place. How should I say, the image of the newspaper mats, Yuka's frilly clothing, my work overalls, it was so all out of place that it was laughable.
ねえ、また来週来ようか。
Say, let's come again next week?
いやよ。
No!
わ、即答された。
Aw, instantly rejected.
だってさ、何が悲しくて毎週女二人でドライブばっかなのよ。
Well, isn't it sad that each and every week it's only two girls going out together for drives?
だってこれ二人乗りなんだもん。
Well, this is a car for two people after all.
そういう問題じゃないでしょ。
That's not the problem, is it?
まあまあ、寂しいもん同士ってことで。
Now, let's just say we're partners in loneliness. It
悔しいけど反論できないわ。
hurts to admit this, but I have no response. Aw, poor Yuka. Around when the sun that had been so high was hazing over and everything could be seen was dyed orange. Once again, the Unos drove on. We had played at the beach, now took a quick route home. Today had been a fun day. While thinking that, I gripped the wheel.
でもさ、最近あなたって全然行ってないでしょ、教会。
But lately, you haven't been going, right? Church? Ooh, brought up again. Why is everyone so insistent on this? Eh?
千尋ちゃんもぼやいてたわよ。
Chihiro-chan was grumbling about it, you know.
最近お姉ちゃんは全然来てくれないって。
Lately, Oni-chan just won't come, she said.
ねえ、たまには顔出したら？
Say, once in a while, why don't you show up?
大丈夫よ。
It's fine. I wonder if she changed her opinion after working in the 7th floor for so long. To get college credits, that's a decent amount of time. So she's probably seen at least a few people pass on the 7th floor. Or people coming back in for their second or third time.
それに以前も言ったでしょ。
And didn't I say before?
所詮私はエセカトリックだって。
That from the start I was a fake Catholic.
だから大丈夫なのよ。
That's why it's fine. Himeko?
姫子？さて、そんなわけで来週もドライブ決定ね。
So, it's decided that next week we're going for a drive again, right?
ああ、今度はお弁当も持ってこようか。
Ah, and this time, why don't we bring lunches?
そんで、今日よりも遠くを目指してみましょうよ。
And let's shoot for getting farther than today.
はいはい、わかったわよ。
Fine,
しょう
I
が
get
ないか
it.
ら付き合ってあげる。
There's no helping you, so I'll come along.
ありがとう。
Thank
さすが親友
you.
ね。
Just like a best friend. Oh, Himeko Hospital, here we go.
それから1週間
And 1 week later,
教会には日曜学校へと向かう人があふれ、
the church was filling with people headed to Sunday school.
先週の予定ではロードスターで海へと向かっているはずだった頃、
It was around the time set last week when the roadster was supposed to head towards the sea.
私の姿は病院のベッドの上にあった。
My figure was found atop a hospital bed.
はい、お姉ちゃん、リンゴ剥いたよ。
Here, the apple's peeled.
ありがとう。あんたも食べなさいよ。好きでしょ？
Thank you. You eat too. You like them, don't you? Yeah. Knock knock. Knock knock.
重かった。
Oh, so heavy.
姫子、ほら、 買ってきてあげたわよ。
Himeko, look, I brought them for you.
悪かったわね。下の売店じゃ売ってなかったのよ、その本。
Sorry about that, but the shop downstairs didn't sell those magazines.
別に構わないけどさ、次からはもうちょっと薄い本にしてくれる？
I don't really mind, but next time, could you make them lighter books?
それと、あんまりマニアックな本はやめてよね。レジ持っていくのはずいから。
And stop with the books for obsessed maniacs, okay? Taking them to the register was embarrassing.
別にモーターサイクリストやアメ車マガジンは普通の本だと思うけど。
Such a gearhead still. I think Motorcyclist and American Car Magazine are perfectly normal magazines. They probably
私
are.
にとっては違うの。
Well, to me, they aren't. Oh my god.
まあまあ、
Mika.
二人とも。
Now, the two of you.
ここは相部屋だからあんまり騒いじゃダメだって。
This is a shared room, so you shouldn't be so rowdy.
ああ、そうだったわね。
Ah,
Go
that's
back.
right. Sorry. Two people who came to visit me. Nothing need to be said about Chihiro, but even looking like this, Yuka had been the first to rush over. Even before, when I had been in bed with a cold, complaining all the while she'd be at my side taking care of me. She wasn't the most true to herself, but really was very kind. That was my best friend. Nom 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 nom.
美味しいわね、このメロン。
It's delicious, isn't it? This melon?
ちょっと、あんた見舞いなんだからそんなガツガツ食べないでよ。
Hey, you're the one that's visiting. Don't gobble it all up.
別にいいじゃない。
Why
い
not?
っぱいあるんだし。
Aww.
でもさ、いきなり入院って聞いたときは驚いたわよ。
But really, when I suddenly heard that you were admitted into the hospital, I was surprised.
私もびっくりした。
Yeah, I was surprised too.
なのに、急いで駆けつけてみたら。
And then, when I rushed over to see,
ピンピンしてて、拍子抜けよね。
I was so lively. What a disappointment.
こら、あんたが言わないでよ。
Hey, you shouldn't be saying that.
だってみんなそんな顔してるんだもん。
But everyone was making that kind of face.
そういえば、千尋ちゃん、他の人は？
Speaking of which, Chihiro-chan, what about everyone else?
会社の人とかたくさん来てたんだけど、さっき帰っちゃった。
Yes, lots of people from the company came. They left just before.
ちなみに手ぶらで見舞いに来たのはあなただけよ。
By the way, the only person to come empty-handed was you.
うるさいわね。変な本買ってきてあげたでしょうが。
Quiet, you. I bought those weird books for you, didn't I?
あれはちゃんと代金渡したからお使いであってお見舞いの差し入れとは言えないわね。
That was an errand I most definitely gave you the money for. You can't really call that a visiting gift, right?
相変わらずへりくつを。
Always with the little details.
でもね、やっぱ嬉しいもんよ。
But you know, it really is a happy thing.
毎日会っているような相手でもこうやってお見舞いに来てくれるとさ。
To have even people that you see every day come like this to visit.
メロンも持ってきてもらえるしね。
And they bring melons for you too.
たまには病気も悪くないかな。
Ah, well, maybe once in a while. Being sick isn't so bad. Summer.
それから数ヶ月、気の早いセミが鳴く頃、
And a few months from then, the time when some early cicadas were calling.
春には毎日のように来ていたお見舞いの人が
In the spring,
ほ
the
とんど
visitors
姿
came
を見
almost
せな
every
くなっ
day.
た頃、
But by now, they rarely came.
相変わらず私は病院のベッドの上にいた。
And as always, I was atop a hospital bed.
今日も暑いな。
It's hot today, too. Knock, knock.
お姉
Knock,
ちゃん、
knock.
もう食べ終わった？
Sis, are you done eating?
そろそろトレイを返す時間なんだけど。
It's about time to take back the tray.
私こういうの苦手なのよね。
You know, I'm not too fond of this stuff.
あ、またブロッコリー残してるし。
And you're leaving the broccoli again.
千尋、それより売店でアイス買ってきてよ。
Chihiro, instead of that, buy me an ice cream from the store.
ダ
I'll
メ
eat your
だ
broccoli.
よ。決められたもの以外は控えなさいって言われてるんだから。ま
No, I've been told to avoid everything except what's been prescribed.
あまあ、固いこと言わないでよ。
Now, stop saying such strict things.
ダメ。それでなくても、この前先生に注意されたところなのに。
N-O. Not to mention, just before you'd been reprimanded by the doctors.
はーい、わかりました。
Okay, I get it.
もう返事だけはいいんだから。
Oh, only your responses are good.
いいことお姉ちゃん。また勝手に売店で買ってきちゃダメだからね。
Don't forget, you aren't supposed to just up and go buy some at the store yourself again later.
わかってるって。
I said I got it.
それじゃあ私そろそろ行くね。
Well, it's about time I go.
もしかして。
Hmm? Do you mean up?
7階。
Yeah, the 7th floor.
そっか。
I see.
あなたも無理しないようにね。
Don't push yourself too hard now. Okay, so she's going to volunteer still on the 7th floor.
お姉ちゃんもね。
You too, sis.
あんなに長かった夏が終わりを告げ。
Around the time of the close of that long summer,
夜空に日暮らしの声が響く頃、
when the Higurashi cicadas were mournfully calling to the night sky,
今も私はここにいた。今日も彼女はこの場所に来ていた。
even now I was here, and today too she had come. Knock knock.
入るわよ。
I'm coming in. Oh, it's Yuka.
いや、元気そうね。
Hey, you're looking well.
おかげさまでね。
Thanks to everyone.
よいしょっと。
All right.
あら、
Oh, and the visiting gift?
はあ、
Huh?
相変わらず手ぶらのようだけど。
As always, you seem to be empty-handed.
何言ってるの、当然じゃない。
What are you talking about? Of course.
むしろ毎日来てる私を褒めてほしいわ。
In fact, you should praise me for coming every day.
えらいえらい。なでなで。
Amazing. Wonderful. Pat pat.
もうやめなさい。
Stop that.
じゃあね、メロン持ってきてくれたら解禁賞あげるわ。
Well then, if you brought a melon, I'd give you the perfect attendance award.
いらないわよ、そ
I
んなの。
don't need that. We had a childish conversation as he sat in the folding chair next to the bed. The scene itself by now was becoming a familiar one.
はあ、せっかくの日曜なのにな。
And it's Sunday too.
悪いわね。
Sorry, Yuka.
え、
Huh?
この夏を。
For wasting your summer away.
別にいいわよ。もともと予定があったわけでもないし、いつもついでできてるだけなんだし。
It's nothing at all. It's not like I had anything planned. And I'm always just coming by along the way. Along the way to the hospital? I'm pretty sure your house isn't in the same direction as the hospital. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's not.
その、
So,
もうさっさと元気になりなさいよ。
oh, just hurry up and get better.
またドライブでも何でも付き合ってあげるから。
I'll go driving or whatever with you again. So,
だから
she knows something serious is going on.
彼女の声は
Beyond that, her words didn't reach my ears.
暮れる空に響く日暮らしに消されて聞こえなかった。
I couldn't hear them as the cries of the Higurashi in the evening erased them.
ここに来てはや3ヶ月。
It's been almost 3 months since I've come here.
突然のことに自分自身まだ現実ってのが
It was all so
実感でき
sudden.
なかった。
I still didn't feel the reality of it. Interesting. Alright, that was part 1 of the prologue. Let's jump into Himeko. Is Himeko 1? Did we already watch this one?
響き渡る鐘の音。
Yeah, we already watched this one. Return to title screen? No. Skip. Okay, we're on Himeko 2, part 3. There's a prologue. There's still a prologue. We're still in the prologue.
気づけば
Is this
木々の色が赤く染まり
is this whole thing a prologue to what happened in the first game? Is that why it's still saying prologue? If you looked around, leaves on the trees were turning red.
病院での生活もすっかり慣れた頃、
And I had become quite used to life at the hospital.
私を訪ねてくる人は完全に途絶えても、今も私はここにいた。
Even as the people who came to visit me stopped coming completely, I was still here.
今日もあの二人はこの場所に来ていた。
And again, today, those two had come.
はいお姉ちゃん、今日はプリン付きだよ。
Here you go, sis. Today's comes with pudding.
そう。でも今は欲しくない。
I see, but I don't want it now.
千尋、あんた食べなさいよ。プリン好きでしょ？
Chihiro, you ate. Didn't you like pudding?
ダメ。これはお姉ちゃんの食事なんだから、自分でちゃんと食べないと。
No, this is Sis's dinner. You should eat it yourself.
じゃあ、これ食べたら売店で肉まん買ってきてくれる？
Then, if I eat this, would you buy me a meat bin from the shop?
もう変な交換条件出さないでよ。
No, don't start making strange bargains. Knock knock. Knock knock.
よ、元気そうね。
Hey, you're looking well.
あ、ゆかさん。
Yuka-san.
何？今日もまた好き嫌いでダダこねてるの？
What, are you being picky about your food and pouting over it again?
うん、お姉ちゃんたらしょうがないのよ。
Yeah, that's Sis. There's just no helping her.
こら、
Look here. Bap. Ow!
千尋ちゃん困らせるんじゃないわよ。
Don't go troubling Chihiro for now.
たく、あんただけはしょうがないわね。
Jeez, there's just no helping you.
ああ、トレイの角で叩かなくても。
You didn't have to hit me with the edge of the tray.
ほら、さっさと食べる。無理やり口の中に入れちゃうわよ。
Hey, hurry up and eat. I'm going to cram it into your mouth.
わかったって。
Okay already.
さっきの冗談で言っただけなんだ。
I was just joking before.
まだなんか言ってるのはこの口か。
Is this mouth still talking?
あ、これやめなさいって。
Hey, wait, stop that. Oh my god, she's being bullied while she's in the hospital. That's a real best friend for you. Always giving you a chance to make you laugh, especially when you're at your lowest. That's a good best friend.
じゃあお姉ちゃん、私そろそろ時間だから。
Well, sis, it's about time I...
先生たちにもよろしくね。
Okay, say hello to the doctors for me. Click.
千尋ちゃん、まだ続けてるんだ。
Chihiro still continuing?
今7階担当だから大変だと思うわ。
Yeah, right now she's stationed on the 7th floor, so it's probably stressful.
そっか。確かそこってホスピスだったよね。
I see. That place was the hospice, right? I nodded a bit at those words. And then I finally brought up what had been in the corner of my heart for a while now. Because she was who she was, I wanted to tell her first.
ねえゆか。
Say, Yuka.
もしも。
If, just if,
もしもだけどね。いつか私も7階に入ったとしたら。
someday, if I'm put onto the 7th floor.
え？
Huh?
ちょっと、何縁起でもないこと言ってんのよ。
Wait, what kind of unlucky things are you saying here? No, listen.
もし私が7階に行った時は
If the time comes that I go to the 7th floor,
もうお見舞いには来ないでね。
don't come visit me anymore, okay? At those words, Yuka hung her head. Even for me, I didn't want to see her sad face either. But if it really came to be that I were to go to the 7th floor, she would only get more and more sad. To see Yuka that way was the one thing I didn't think I could bear.
バカ！
Stupid, what are you saying? What are you saying?
むしろ毎日でも行ってやるわ。解禁証ものよ。
In fact, I'll come every day. I've got perfect attendance after all.
も
Aw.
ちろん手ぶらでお見舞いなんて絶対に持っていかないんだから。
And of course empty-handed. I'll never bring you anything.
だから
Aw.
そんなこと言わないでよ。
So don't say such things. Oh, poor sweetheart. The voice actor's killing it. This is an emotional moment. Aww. Good sob, good sob. In that small room, her sobs hung in the air. All the years we've been together. When however much we've chatted all night, we had never run out of things to talk about. But for the girl crying right now, I could find no words. Himeko, winter.
吹く風が心地よいから冷たいへと変わる頃
Around when the wind changed from feeling pleasant to cold.
いつものように
As
ここ
always,
へとやってくる
the two came here.
でもある日を境に少し変わっ
But at the end of one day, a little bit changed.
たごちそうさま
Thanks for the food.
ちゃんとブロッコリーも食べたんだ
There
ね
is a typo right here. Ah, you even finished your broccoli. Aw, good girl. Nice job.
ああ本当は嫌いなんだけど
Yeah, though I really don't like them.
ねえ他に何か欲しいものない？
Hey, is there anything else you want?
売店のアイスが欲しいわね
An ice cream from the store.
ついでに肉まんも欲しかったりして
And while we're at it, let's say I want a meat bun too.
わかったすぐ買ってくる
Okay, I'll go buy some now. Oh, it's been so long that she's starting to just do anything to make her happy. Because this is such a sad situation. She's been in the hospital for months now, and she's not on the 7th floor yet, but it looks like she's going to be heading that way. I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't seem like she's getting any better. Huh?
冗談のつもりだった
I had meant that as a joke.
今までどんなに頼んでもダメだったの
Until now, no matter how much I asked, it had been no.
ただい
I'm back! Oh my god, sounds like she rushed.
まはいダッシュで買ってきたよ
Here, I ran to buy them.
ほらまだ温かいから美味しいよ
Here you go. It's still warm, so it'll be good.
アイスは冷蔵庫に名前書いて入れておいたから
Ah, and the ice cream. It's in the refrigerator with your name on it.
そうありがとう
I see. Thanks.
他にも欲しいものあったら言ってね
If you want anything else, just tell me, okay?
それで早く元気になって
And get better quickly.
また一緒に教会行こうね
And let's go to church together again, okay? Oh, poor girl. She's really leaning on her faith here for this. This is hard. We don't have any faith to lean on during this hard moment. So I wonder how Himeko is going to react once she learns that she's not going to be getting any better.
千尋あなた口調がヘルパーになってるわよ
Your way of speaking, it's becoming like a helper's. Huh?
どうやらそういうことのようね
So that's how things are looking, huh?
別にそんな
It's not.
隠さなくていいわ
You don't have to hide it.
伊達にやってなかったんだから
You don't have to hide it. I haven't been a volunteer for nothing.
お姉ちゃん
Sis,
さすがに半年以上入院してたから
well,
そろそろかなって思ってたしね
it's been over half a year since I've been admitted. I had been thinking it was coming soon.
驚き悲しみ怒りやるせない寂しい
Surprise, sadness, anger, desolation, loneliness.
もしこの時の感情を一言で表すな
If I had to describe the feelings at that time in a breath,
らよくわからないが最も近いだろ
I don't know, would probably be the closest. This is so sad.
う受け入れがたい現実に出会った時
People, when they face the difficult to accept reality,
自分自身のことですら客観視できるのかもしれない
even if it's about themselves, they may only be able to feel like outside observers. Christmas. Oh.
冬の冷たい風が吹き テレビにクリスマスソングが流れ出す頃
Around when the cold winds of winter blew and Christmas songs flowed from the TVs and
こんな
televisions.
時にもず
Even
っとそばにいてくれる
Aw, even at this time, the two were always by my side.
まだ私自身告知されていないけど
Still, I haven't been told directly yet.
7階へと行く日はそう遠くないのだろう
But the day I go to the 7th floor probably isn't far off.
メリークリスマス
Merry Christmas! Woohoo!
はいはいメリークリスマス
Yes, yes.
ほらお姉ちゃんケーキ買ってきたよ
Look, sis, I bought a cake.
あら美味しそうね
Oh, it looks delicious.
何いきなり食べてるのよ
Hey, what are you doing eating all of a sudden?
いいじゃないよいっぱいあるんだから
Why not? There's plenty.
ほら当然のようにイチゴ取るんじゃないわよ
Hey, you don't take the strawberries like it's your job.
ちょっとゆかさんちゃんと皿に分けるから
Wait, Yuka-san. I'll be dividing it onto plates, okay?
はーい
Fine. I love Yuka. She's funny. She's a good
美味
side
しかった
character.
ね
Ah, that was delicious.
そうねほとんどゆかが一人で食べ尽くしたけど
It sure was, even if Yuka ate most of it herself.
何よ今日みたいな日にまで来たんだからこれくらいいいでしょ
What? I came on a day like this, so at least let that much slide.
本当なら今頃は素敵なイブを満喫してる頃なのに
Otherwise, right now, I'd be feasting a wonderful Eve away.
嘘ばっかりどうせ相手なんていないくせに
Such lies. It's not like you've got a partner.
悔しいけど反論できないわ
It hurts to admit this, but I have no response. Oh my god. I love that. I love that about her.
あとお姉ちゃんこれ
And sis, here. Hmm?
クリスマスプレゼントマフラー編んでみたの
A Christmas present. I tried knitting a scarf. Aww.
そのあんまりうまくないかもしれないけど
Well, I'm not sure if it came out well.
ありがとうね千尋
Oh no. Thanks, Chihiro. Sure.
ほんと姫子にはもったいないよくできた妹よね
There's Yuna chiming in again. Really, such a wonderful sister is wasted on Himeko.
うるさいわね相変わらず手ぶらのあんたが何言ってるのよ
Quiet, you. You're the one to talk, coming empty-handed as usual.
まあ二人とも
Now, the two of you. Cute. A common, everyday exchange. A kind sister, a best friend with a mouth, laughing over silly things. The picture of many normal days that had passed over the years. The difference was today was Christmas, and this was the hospital's 5th floor. And soon I will be headed to the 7th.
じゃあさ千尋
Then Chihiro,
ついでにもう一つ欲しいものがあるんだけど
while we're at it, there's one more thing I want.
いいかな
May I?
何
What is it?
ユーノス持ってきて
The Unos. Bring it here. Huh?
車庫にあると思うから
I think it's in the garage.
でもお姉ちゃん
But sis...
悪いわねどうしても乗りたいのよ
Sorry, but no matter what, I want to drive it. Gotta rattle. Opening the curtains, I gazed out at the city at night from the 5th floor window. In that clear winter sky, even the large face of the moon shone. And soon, this view, I'll probably see it from a higher place. I'll probably be gazing from a window that can only open 15 centimeters.
いいわよ
Alright, I'll bring it to you.
ゆかさん
Good sister. Yuka?
さすが親友ね
Just like a best friend. Huh.
クリスマスくらい手ぶらじゃ悪いと思っただけよ
I just feel bad coming empty-handed on Christmas. Sweet.
じゃあ行くわよ
Well, here we go.
え
Yeah,
えね
to the sea.
え寒くない
Hey, are you cold? Oops.
激寒よ
Freezing. I
や
see.
っぱり この季節は向いてないわね。
It's not really fit for this season, is it?
乗る前に気づきなさいよ。
Should have a good heater, though. Hopefully. Idiot. Realize that before you start driving.
まあそうよね。
Well, that's true.
ゆか、前の場所に行きたいんだけどさ。
Yuka, I want to go to that place from before.
あの海
That beach?
でも自信ないよ。ナビも地図もないし。
Yeah, but I'm not really confident, and I don't have a navigation system or a map. That
別
doesn't
にいいわ
matter.
よ。好きなように走りなさい。
Drive how you want.
クリスマスの夜は長いんだからさ。
Christmas night is long after all.
そうね。わかったわ。
That's true. Okay.
何もしない
Enjoy the drive.
走る
The roadster drove along roads with unknown names.
暗い夜空が少しずつ白み出す頃、あの海へと向かっていた。
Around when the dark night was slowly lightening, it was headed towards the sea.
どうしてこんなことをしたくなったんだろう。
For me, the music is kind of drowning out the voice acting. So I wonder if that's something that can be fixed through settings. I didn't get a lot of settings out of this. So, sound might be a little thing I have to consider later. Why did I want to do such a thing, I wonder?
その厳密な理由は自分でもわからなかった。
The exact reason, not even I knew. The crashing of waves could be heard. Unchanged from that spring day, the phoenix palms stood tall. And just when the dark night gave way to the dawn, before we knew it, we arrived at that place.
着いたわね。
So, we made it. Yeah. You guys didn't bring a lunch. Really, it's amazing we got here safely.
どう？悪くないでしょ。私の運転もこの車も。
How about it? It's not so bad, right? My driving and this car.
まあ寒いの除けばね。
Well, if you take away the cold.
そうだ。缶ジュース買ってきてあげる。
I know. I'll buy you a can of something. Clink, clink.
夏、すごい暑いわね。
Hot.
自販機。
This vending machine's really hot.
姫子、あんたコーヒーでよかったっけ？
Himeko, are you fine with coffee?
ううん。
Mm-hmm.
じゃあミルクティーにする？
Then how about milk tea?
うん。
Mm-hmm.
もう早く決めてよ。
Jeez, decide quicker.
120円とはいえ、私が怒るなんてめったにないんだからさ。
Never mind that it's 120 yen. It's not every day that I could treat you to something.
ほら、何でもいいから欲しいの言ってよ。
Look, if you want anything, just say it.
何でも。
Anything?
うん。
Yeah. Then I might want maps.
地図？
Maps? You mean those maps?
地図。
And in exchange, I'll give you the Unos. Huh? Take good care of it, okay? Aw. Aw, this is so sad. Aw.
バカ！そんな悲しいこと急に言わないでよ。
Stupid. Don't say such sad things all of a sudden. You see, it looks like I'm headed to the 7th floor.
長生きみたいなんだ。もしかして罰が当たったのかもしれないね。
Maybe it's some kind of punishment.
だからさ、よかったらもらってくれる？ユーノス。
So, will you accept it, the Unos?
無理だよ。私には受け取れないよ。
I can't take that.
それでね、ゆか。前にも言ったけど。
And also, Yuka, I said this before.
お見舞いには来ないでほしいの。
I don't want you to visit me anymore. Aww. She's having to say goodbye to her friend, her best friend, who's dying of a terminal illness. An illness that they cannot fix. And she's giving her her car, which she worked so hard on, and she bought with her first paycheck, and she wanted to be a driver, and she's a great driver, and she drove all the way here, but this is the last time they're ever gonna see each other. Because she's going to the 7th floor. This is so sad. This is what I'm talking about. Like, there's grief in dying, but there's also the grief of people around you that love you. And the things that they go through are very real, despite the fact that the death is not happening to them. They're like a side character, but they don't feel like a side character. She doesn't feel like a side character. She feels like a main character because she's so important to the main character who is going through this terminal illness. It's very sweet. There's a lot to talk about here.
あなたがそんな顔すると。
Because when you make such a face, it's hard for me too.
響き渡る鐘の音。
The rolling sound of bells.
教会に日曜学校へと向かう人が増
The
え、
church is filling with people headed to Sunday school.
冬の寒さが本格的になった日、
The day the cold of winter began in earnest.
私の手首に巻いた腕輪は青から白へと変わった。
The band wrapped around my wrist changed from blue to white. Oh, we know what that means.
結局ユーノスは受け取ってもらえなかったけど、
In the end, Leonos hadn't been accepted, but
翌日私の手元には
the next
地
day,
図が届い
into my hands, maps were delivered.
た。どうしてこんなものを欲しがったのか。
Why was it that I wanted these?
やはりその厳密な理由は自分でもわからなかった。
The exact reason, still, not even I knew.
ただそれ以来彼女と会うことはなかった。
It was just, from then on, I never saw her.
彼女の
perfect
皆勤賞はそこで止まった。
Her perfect attendance stopped there. She's trying to honor her wishes. It's so sad. That's so sweet. Chapter 4, 15th of summer. We'll do it. We can do it. Let's jump into it.
眩しかった日のこと。
Those dazzling days.
夏
Those
の
summer
日のこと。
days. Early summer 2004 protagonist. I don't know who the protagonist is. Is it Himeko? But Himiko's already in the 4th floor, or the 7th floor, I mean. Burning sunlight and the sound of cicadas. Today also looked like it would be a hot day. It was winter last time we checked in. The 3rd summer that I faced since the day I was first hospitalized. Of course, it's not like I was hospitalized the whole time. There were days interrupted with home and outpatient care.
半年前だろうか。
It's been half a year since they last
来て
came.
くれたのは。
The time I spent wearing pajamas slowly grew. As if in direct proportion, the number of people who came to visit me shrank. At first, classmates came to visit me every day, people that were once called friends. But now they had turned into acquaintances. Even if I meet them on the street, they'd leave after exchanging a few words of greeting. Soon, those acquaintances will turn into strangers, while someday I'll probably be erased from their memories.
どうやらいい気がしないのだろう。
It probably makes them uncomfortable.
普通に生きてる人にとって私の存在ってのは
For people who live normally, my very existence to them. Even if they meet me, it probably doesn't raise their spirits. The same probably goes for thinking about me.
だから消すことにしたのだと思う。
And so, I think they've decided to erase me. Despite that, whenever the end of the school day came, every day, I continued to watch for someone to come. And then, after half a year of waiting, I stopped looking outside. Finally, I learned to close the curtains, accept the fact, guessed at the reason.
3年もかけて
After 3 years,
わかるようになった。
even I came to understand. It's not that they've forgotten about me. It seemed they made as if, from the start, they never knew me, never saw me. As if there had been nothing there to begin with.
彼らもまた
They probably
目をつぶっていたいのかもしれない。
want to keep their eyes closed. Interesting. Around when I was being admitted in and out of the hospital, when people had already stopped coming to visit me and I had most likely been erased from everyone's memories, my family moved from the freestanding home we had long lived in to an apartment, and Mother started to work part-time in a nearby takeout lunch shop. The meaning behind it all, even I can understand. Hospital fees were no joke. In the ward, every day it was a conversation topic for the patients. I came to know how the patients themselves felt the responsibility of their families far more than their families could imagine. Yeah. And then the small, old, slightly dirty wooden building that was our new home. On top of being smaller, Father's daily commute stretched over 2 hours. However, the distance I had to take from the hospital became a 3-minute walk. In front of that beat-up, cramped apartment, Father said, "The air here is nice and feels good, doesn't it?" Saying that, he smiled, and Mother smiled in the same way, all they're both sacrificing for her, to make it easy on her. They're taking on a lot of responsibility, but they don't know that that works. It's a two-way street. Like she's saying, the patients are talking about how they're taking responsibility for their family's life conditions now that they've been in the hospital and they have hospital fees to pay for, things like that, and they know that they're just waiting to pass away. That's got to be a rough hospital bill to pay. Because the heat might aggravate my health, they put an air conditioner in my room. Of course, no other room had one. And Mother, who had started going to that part-time job, often brought back croquets and fries for me, saying they were leftovers. In that cramped room, we ate together. Always, they smiled happily. It was very painful. Yeah. Their thoughtfulness was unbearably painful. Instead of feeling thankful or happy, I was filled with guilt. That's what I'm talking about. It's your fault.
きっとそう言ってほしかったのかもしれない。
Probably. That's what I wanted them to say. I wanted them to blame me more. Being treated kindly hurt. I remember uncontrollable feelings of irritation, even anger towards myself. If God were around, I wanted him to heal me quickly. Or if that wasn't possible, to let me die now. Everyone else was in the midst of erasing my existence. But in contrast, my parents sought to make me stand out. That was much more painful. Even as I was being treated kindly, I hated myself for being unable to repay it. I cursed the fact that one of the countless misfortunes in the world happened to fall on me by chance. In such times, smiling and putting on a cheerful air may have been what I was supposed to do. But all I was able to manage was to quietly eat the fries that I really didn't like very much. Aww. See, it's rough. Like, loss hurts more than just the initial people affected. And everybody deals with it in a different way. So, I don't know what character we are. I don't know if we're Himeko or not. Or maybe we're a different character. I'm not sure. The burning sun and cries of cicadas. When the white rainy season clouds cleared and it had turned completely into summer after being readmitted to the hospital for the nth time, finally I was discharged. But that wasn't the end of it. The word discharge also meant until the next time I was admitted, the beginning of a long life of outpatient care. Under the blazing sky today, I again walked the 3-minute distance in my pajamas. To my mother, who had offered to come along, I replied, "It's alright." In my own way, it was supposed to be out of consideration for her, but the desolate look on her face at my words had also hurt. Aww. My feet happened to stop before some school. Most likely it was an elementary school. Since it was already summer vacation, there weren't many people around in sight. In front of that empty schoolyard, for some reason I wound up gazing at it. Without thinking, my feet had stopped. Occasionally I would see happy children running around and my eyes would follow them. Under the blazing sky, the long-sleeved pajamas were hot. I felt strongly out of place gazing at the schoolyard. After standing there for a while, I once again began to walk. However, it wasn't towards the hospital, but home. And once I returned to my room, I looked out the sailor uniform that had been in my dresser. sleeves that I hadn't passed my arms through in 3 years, a just like new uniform. Previously, they had been worn for only a single week. And now to me, they were the only clothes other than pajamas I owned. Once again, walking under the blazing sky, the noisy cicadas and running sweat was the same as just before. But the people who walked by, their eyes did not pause upon me. Even I, as part of the backdrop of the city, was a part of what builds up everyday life, felt accepted. And then, when I entered the schoolyard from earlier, before my eyes was a metal bar for small children to play with. I extended my hands towards it. Placing strength into my arms, I pulled with all my might and kicked at the ground. A moment's sensation of floating, and my body spins around. It's still okay. I whispered that aloud for some reason while I looked around from the top of the bar. The strong sunlight made the playground seem white, and the heat made the ground look wavy. Occasionally, I could hear the voices of happy children and the insistent voice of cicadas declaring that summer was their season. With my arms already beginning to shake from supporting my weight, I soaked up the present. Why was it that I suddenly wanted to do this, I wonder? The exact reason, not even I knew. By now, the times I wore anything but pajamas dwindled. The pressure from the need to do otherwise had also disappeared. Did I find that to be sad? Or perhaps I wanted to test if I still had the strength? Poor honey. I should be the same as everyone. Should be the same as the normal people who were over there. So, just from a somersault around a bar, I shouldn't be making such a strained face. Because I felt that way, I forced myself to make a smile. But just as I was unable to stop the shaking of my arms, it seemed that too was difficult for me. Side second. Cicada cries. Hot. Even though it was still morning, the asphalt was wavy from the heat. Today also looked like it would be a hot day. And in that, as always, I headed towards the hospital alone. Even though I could have gone in pajamas with this distance, when I had to go out, I've come to wear my sailor uniform. Most likely, I was still wavering. How long this wavering will continue, not even I knew. One day, I may suddenly just be able to give up. It was just that I had come to think that the span of 3 years is more than enough time for a person to change. Then, passing by that school, as the entrance to the hospital was before my eyes, the button is falling off. In my hands was a small tote bag. I noticed that the button that held the handle was fraying off. I'm not sure how long it had been like that, but coming all this way, I wasn't going to go back home. So I held the bag to my chest and continued towards the hospital. The usual doctor, the usual exchanges, and today's examination ended. When my condition was stable, it was once a week. 3 times a week seemed to be a sign of sure hospitalization. With this week's examination was over. As I thought that, I headed towards the exit on the first floor. The doctors weren't seeing patients in the afternoon, so the halls were mostly empty. Occasionally, a doctor would walk by with a group of intern-like people in tow. A nurse rushed to the first aid window. A patient, probably under dietary restrictions, was in the shop buying snacks. Their wristband was visible, green, which I heard was for digestive disorders. All of this was just the ordinary, everyday hospital. And in front of that shop was the first time that I met her. Hey, you. Huh? Suddenly, a bright voice called out to me and surprised me. Turning around, before me was the pajama-clad figure of a young woman I didn't recognize. I had thought it might have been someone I met while I was admitted here, but I couldn't recall the face or figure. Was there something? That button, it's falling off, you know. As she spoke, she pointed at my tote bag. It might have been a simple act of kindness, but since I had already noted the problem, I had trouble finding a reply. Why, yes it is. Why, yes it is. That's it? You've nothing else to say? Thank you. As I spoke, I lowered my head a bit. Because I already knew, my reply came out of hesitatingly. But even then, it was too difficult to say thank you very much. The young woman that I hadn't seen before, her long black hair and bright voice left an impression. Looking at her slippers, the kind provided by the hospital, she was probably not an outpatient, but admitted. Looking at her thin wrist, her wristband was white. That was a color I hadn't seen before. Hey, how about I fix it for you? Huh?
私ソーイングセットも持ってるから。
I have a sewing set.
でも
But at her sudden words, I hesitated, but it wasn't over a button that didn't mean much. These past few years, because my existence was always only being erased, I've had absolutely no experience with someone actively trying to relate with me.
いいからいいから。ほらいらっしゃい。
Don't worry about it. Look, come here.
大丈夫よ。別に変な場所じゃないから。
Don't worry, it's not like it'll be a weird place. With those words, she started walking briskly, and while wrapped in mixed feelings, I followed behind. We got into the elevator. Without a word, she pressed the button for the highest floor. The 7th floor?
あら、もしかして知ってた？
Oh, do you know about it?
それほどは。
Not much. The 7th floor, the place they called the hospice. I wasn't too familiar with it, and of course I'd never been there. For one thing, I heard that people not involved with it were barred from entering. It probably meant that if this young woman here were headed to the 7th floor, she was a person from there. Soon the elevator reached its stop. Immediately in front of it was the nurses' station. And when the doors opened, altogether, the gazes of the nurses turned towards us.
私の知り合いだから。
Ah, this is someone I know. With that one sentence, they once again went back to their work. No one looked towards us anymore. It was just my first time here. But without putting my finger on it, I thought the atmosphere was especially heavy. The place the young woman finally took me to looked like a lounge area. It was very different from the third or other floors that I'd been admitted to. Those didn't have these sofas or the TV.
すぐに直してあげるわね。
I'll fix this for you quick, okay? With that, she took my tote bag and, with what seemed like a practiced hand, began fixing the button. And like her, I sat down on the sofa and watched. Even if I looked around, there were few signs of people. Occasionally, an elderly or helper-like person was going by was about all.
ところであなた、
By the way,
風邪でもひいたの？
did you
それ
catch a
とも
cold?
誰かのお見舞い？
Or you visiting someone?
今は通院中だから。
Right now, I'm an outpatient. I hesitated over how to answer, but told the truth. I added that I'd just been discharged recently and was an outpatient now.
あなたも大変そうね。
I see, looks like you got it hard too.
ちなみに部活は何やってるの？
By the way, what club are you in?
部活？
Club?
だって今は夏休みのはずでしょ？
Well, it's supposed to be summer break, right? As she spoke, she pointed at my uniform.
入院してたくらいだから文化部かしら。
You've been in the hospital,
運動部のマネージャーとか。
so maybe the literature club? Or maybe the manager of a sports club?
別に何もやってない。
Not particularly. I'm not in any...
あら、意外な回答だったわね。
Oh, that's an unexpected answer.
もしかしてパジャマは嫌い？
Is it that you hate pajamas? At the sudden perceptive question, I couldn't find the words to respond with. It's not that I hated pajamas or anything, but I sensed that the precise reason would be difficult to put into words. And what this young woman had asked was probably aimed straight at that. She hadn't simply been asking whether I literally liked pajamas.
お姉さんは？
Miss, you're someone from here?
ええ。こう見えても7階の住人よ。
Yeah, even though I look like this, I'm a resident of the 7th floor.
手っ取り早く言えば死亡確定者ってことね。
I guess the short of it is, someone whose death has been confirmed. That which I had only known on the level of rumors was now clearly spelled out by a resident on the 7th floor. She used the word death in such a bright and relaxed tone. At the least, it didn't seem like I could comprehend. This person, what on earth could her thoughts be?
ねえねえ、よかったらまた遊びに来てよ。
Hey, hey, if it's alright with you, come again to play.
私が？
Me?
うん。
Yeah,
何もやることがなくて退屈なのよ。
there's nothing to do and it's boring.
それにここは面会時間も遅くまで大丈夫だから。
Plus, for here, visiting hours go until late. And with that, she told me various things about the 7th floor. Up until now, I had only known vaguely, but it seemed that the rumors that it was a place to wait to die were true.
他にもルールとかあるんだけど、これ以上は言えないわ。
There are other rules, but I can't say anymore.
どうして？
Why?
そりゃ決まってるじゃない。
Well, that should be obvious.
あなたはここの住人ではないからよ。
Because you are not a resident of this place. It was only then, when she whispered that, did her face cloud. I felt that expression held loneliness, and seemed filled with intensity as well. Right now, I was wearing these clothes, steeped with a lingering regret for one's normal days. And unlike myself, this young woman, no, these residents of the 7th floor, had probably given up on everything, had probably already made up their resolve.
ついに来たついでにでも寄ってよ。
Well, even if it's just for when you come for examinations, drop by.
どんなに頑張ってもあと半年くらいだからさ。
Since no matter how hard I try, there's only about half a year left. She said that, and by way of farewell, she once more turned her cheery face towards me. Long black hair, white wristband, and a bright, relaxed way of talking were my impressions. Still, neither of us knew the other's name. May 15th summer. This was our first meeting. Hot. A few days later, I again visited the hospital. However, it wasn't like it was an examination day. If it's alright with you, come to play. The words of the young woman I met a few days ago. Maybe because I was somewhat interested in her, or maybe I was curious about the 7th floor place for some reason. Ding! I don't know why you're going to visit her, but you are. And that's good. She probably needs visitors. I came to the highest floor. With a nod to the nurses who looked my way, I made my way to the door that the young woman had told me. Knock knock.
はい。どうぞ。
Come in. Click.
来たわよ。
I've come.
いらっしゃい。
Welcome. I've been
待っ
waiting.
て、座って座って。
Come,
今日は
sit,
暑かったで
sit.
しょう。
It was hot today, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Sitting up in her bed, she offered the folding chair next to her. The first room on the 7th floor that I entered felt a little different from the 3rd floor rooms I was used to.
悪かったわね。でもね、きっと来てくれると思ってたわ。
Sorry about that, but you know, I was sure you'd come.
あなた、暇だし。
You got plenty of time after all. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. That's a really sad note that she just took there.
なんで決めつけなのよ。
Why do you jump to that conclusion?
だって私たち病人の仕事は寝ることでしょ。
Because being sick, our job is to sleep, right?
世の中でこんな暇な人はいないわ。
There's no other people in the world with as much free time as us.
あら、そう思わない？
Oh, you don't think so?
別に。
Not particularly.
もう相変わらずクールね。
Always the cool one, aren't you?
そうだ。ねえ、あなたアイス好き？
Oh, I know. Hey, do you like ice cream?
あれ？
Oh, then you don't like it?
はい決まり。じゃあ食堂まで一緒に食べに行きましょう。
Okay, it's decided then. Why don't we go eat together in the cafeteria?
遠慮しなくていいって。お姉さんおごってあげるから。
You don't have to hold back. Big sis here will treat you.
よく知らない人に。
You shouldn't go with strangers.
は？
Huh?
お母さんに。
That's what my mother told me.
なんで笑うのよ。
Why are you laughing?
ごめん、悪気はないから本当に。
Sorry. I'm not trying to be mean, really.
でも確かにその通りね。
But that's exactly right.
知らない人についてちゃダメよ
You
ね。
shouldn't go with strangers. They mixed up the S and the R there. That's funny.
姫子よ。
It's Himeko. Oh, it is Himeko. I wonder if the person that we're playing as is Setsuna.
お姫様の姫
Our
に
princess is Hime
子供
with a
の
child's ko. Himeko. Oh.
ついでに言うと天秤座の AB 型。
And while we're at it, Libra, AB blood type.
あなたは
And you are
水亀座の
Aquarius,
Oh,
O blood type. Oh, Setsuna also had O.
節に。
Setsumi, it is her! So she hasn't been admitted to the 7th floor yet, but she meets a girl who's in the 7th floor. Interesting. Interesting.
じゃあこれで知り合いね。節に。
Well then, we're acquaintances now, aren't we, Setsumi? I love the way they've wound this together. So we have Himeko, who we know from the prologue parts, and then we have Setsuna, who we know from the first game, and they're meeting here in a... What is it called? A prologue? Is it still called a prologue? They're meeting here before the events of the first game, which is interesting. burning sunlight and the sound of cicadas.
この真っ白な7階にも響いていた。
Even the pristinely white 7th floor, they resounded.
姫子と名乗るお姉さん。
The young woman who called herself Himeko.
まだ私は
I still knew
お
nothing
姉
about
さんの
her.
ことをこの日から長い夏が
But
始まろ
starting
うと
this
してい
day,
た。
a long summer was beginning. Poor Himeko. Okay, I think that's where we're gonna leave off for today. Next time we'll jump into vanilla ice cream. We'll get to know the girls a little bit more. It seems like we're finally out of the prologue and into the meat and potatoes of this game. I'm really interested to see what Setsumi is going to be like now that she's just an outpatient and she's not in the 7th floor yet. Before we saw her, she was very apathetic and she'd really accepted her death with a lot of finality. And that really makes its point in the first game when we're traveling with her. So I wonder how the relationship with Himeko and Setsuna is going to be. So I guess we will see that next time. So yeah, join us on Tuesday, guys. We're going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077. It's going to be fun. We're getting into some of the main quest. I'm trying to keep to the main quest at least so we can get through a good chunk of that. I don't know if it's a game I'm going to finish, but it is a game that I'm going to be playing. So come join us on Tuesday if you're interested in watching me play Cyberpunk 2077. And join us on Thursday. We've been playing Expedition 33, and it's been really fun. I have a lot of theories about what's going on and who's involved with who and like all that stuff. So it's really fun to play through. The fights are getting really good. I like the different use of abilities that we've just had, but we haven't been using. Now we're starting to have to use them, and it's getting to be a little bit more complicated, but I'm still having a lot of fun with it. So I hope you guys will join me for that on Thursday. And join us, of course, on Friday for more Narcissu. We will be finishing up this game. I believe we can finish it up next time and tidy it up with a nice little bow and move on to something else. So if you have a visual novel that you're interested in, you want to see me try, go ahead and put it into the comments of the YouTube video that you're watching, and I will check out any games that you guys suggest for visual novels. And yeah, so that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks for joining me again. If you like this episode and you want to see more of it, you want to see the first part of Narcissu, check out the VODs channel tomorrow. It will be uploading new videos. I upload them every Saturday, so go get a good dose of that on your weekend. And yeah, if you're watching this on the VODs channel in the future, come join us on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/princessevillan. We have a lot of fun. I love getting to chat with you guys. I love being able to stream and see what's going on with everybody. So yeah, come join the party if you're interested. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.